Okay, we're set back up here by the mower. This is the ring gear, or not the ring gear, but the pinion gear. And it's got a tooth missing right there. And it's just kind of all chewed up. So this is what we're going to change. And I've got a little wire keeper right down in there. So I'm going to try to just spread that out a little bit with this snap ring plier. If I can get my big old fat hands out of the way. See if I can. Might be able to grab that with her needle nose. Got to get her to open up just a little farther. Okay, let me grab a screwdriver. Maybe that. Alright, let's see if I can push that down enough. Roll that little wire clip up out of there. There we go. Okay. The cap comes off. Little spring comes off. Little spring lock washer. And we should be able to screw that gear right off of there. So there's the bad gear. You can kind of see the teeth are bad there, and it's wore funny here. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that new gear on. Just drops right on. A little bevel on the teeth, so it'll engage into the flywheel. Put a little lock spring on. Put this cap back on there. I got the new clip. And if all goes right, we should be able to just shove that right back down on there. Okay, I've got a socket here. Maybe we can just drop that right in there. Looks pretty good. See if I can. There we go. All right. That seems to be working okay now. Yeah, you can see I put a new alternator on this mower last year. Wasn't charging. So we'll go ahead and get this all put back together and put the flywheel back on. We'll be ready to go. Okay, we'll go ahead and set this flywheel on now. Just want to make sure there's no debris in here to get caught between these on this alternator. Alright, and that should fit right over the top here like this. Kind of line up the keyway. Get fingers out of there. Okay, Just like that. Got this little tiny keyway. We just slip that down in the slot. Make sure everything's lined up nice. It goes in there like that. It's not rubbing on the air gap. And we'll set this fan on. The fan's got a key here, and that'll line up in this slot right here. So we'll go ahead and get that seated. So there's that. Okay, on top of that, we have this little plate that goes on like that. And on top of that, we got that thing. And then we got the big retaining bolt that holds the flywheel on. Don't want to cross thread this, so we'll get that started by hand. Yep. So we'll go ahead and run that down. And do the spark plug, so if I crank that over and it hits, it ain't going to start with my wrench on. Okay, we're not rubbing on the air gap. Bring it up on the compression. Okay. 1/2-inch bolts in here to hold the fan on. Snug those down. Now we have this little plate. Then the fan cover keeps all the big stuff out of the fan so it doesn't go through the engine, through the cooling fins. Put that on there. Screen right here is held on with these little machine screws, but they're a Torx drive. So you got to kind of had to find a bit for them. Them started. Just torque those down a little bit. Now we'll go ahead and put on the fan cover. This is a Briggs 13.5 horse. It's a Craftsman mower, a fairly old mower. So we'll just go ahead and slip that on, make sure that our flywheel doesn't rub against the shroud. Okay. A couple bolts in the front here. We'll get them started. Okay, got one back here. A little 7/16. Let them run in. Back on this side. Okay, we're not rubbing. Get these tightened up now. Finish them off. Just kind of snug them up. They don't rattle loose. Okay, them all tighten down. Make sure we're in all the way. Down in the O-ring. Line up the hole. Put pressure to... Okay, I'm going to leave that cover off and try cranking her here. Okay, she's cranking good. We'll go ahead and put that cover on. Just fits in there like that. Last two screws. Snug those up. Okay, kind of move our tools off. Put the spark plug back on.